Skywatch 12 weather with meteorologist Jamie Singleton.
There, it's actually been a big issue as we have been seeing the snow coming down fairly heavy at times. And of course, that's of a lot of concern out there because if you look at the radar picture, you can definitely see that we'd still have it out there to be dealt with. So definitely some impressive happenings going on. I'll step over to the weather wall right now and kind of give you an idea of what is happening. And we've had a narrow band of snow that developed, but it was a very intense band of snow that developed. And so within this small few hour window that we were talking about on Rise and Shine this morning, we have certainly seen some very big wet snowflakes that in some places have covered some of the secondary roads in a really quick hurry. Franklin County Schools, they let them out at 11:30 today on Monday. If you're watching us throughout the rest of the Jet Broadband viewing area, you can see the snow continues making its way towards Lynchburg and Appomattox as well. I would note that the back edge of all this on the radar picture is still around Callaway, right up to about Patrick County, starting to move out of the area. We mentioned it was only going to be about maybe a 2 or 3 hour event, and that's exactly what's happening. But again, within that 2 or 3 hours, been coming down pretty good out there. Just some residual moisture off the back edge. I don't think we'll have to worry about this. So it will be probably another 30 minutes to maybe 45 minutes before we see all this begin to taper off. I'll step back out of the picture here and we'll show you what's going on outside of our studios in Redwood. We'll put a little bit of a double box up here for you just to give you an idea of what's happening, and I believe we can do that by doing this. And we will do this. There we go. It works. Okay, there you can see on one side of the screen the radar picture, the other side of the screen you see the live shot in Redwood. And so again, this is the moisture that we're looking at kind of coming on through the area. I'll step off the screen here and actually venture outdoors and try to give you a bit of a better idea of what's going on with the snowflakes. A little bit less of activity right now, still coming down pretty good. We'll zoom in a little bit, give you a better idea of maybe what's happening a little bit farther up the street there. You're looking at Golden View Road and the 671 area where it's been snowing rather heavily. Traffic's still able to get through, but you do have to watch those low spots out there, and the bridges and the overpasses, of course, always you want to take caution on those. At least allow for maybe this activity to wind down before things begin to dry off. Once that radiation from the sun gets through those clouds, everything should be pretty much okay. So we're just looking at right now about 1 to 2 inches Rocky Mount, mainly western parts of the county. We're not really looking at much more than that as the activity continues moving on to the east. You can see the traffic moving along fairly nicely there, but again, higher amounts of snow as you make your way a little bit farther into the Allegheny Highlands and our viewers in Wytheville into the Blacksburg, Christiansburg area. You're also going to be dealing with this as well into the evening hours, most of it already tapering off, but whatever's left on those roadways may be freezing up, and the wind will become a factor a little bit later on. Again, here's another look at the radar picture on our weather computer, and again you can see that snow falling pretty heavily at times, but starting to move back out of the area. And so that is the very latest that we have here. So again, this is the main area of snow. Smith Mountain Lake snowing pretty hard right now. Again, Bedford County and then Lynchburg, and then things start to taper off as you make your way a little bit farther off to the west. So give it a little bit of time and those road conditions should improve, with the exception of those secondary roads out there. Temperatures actually have dropped since the snow started, but we are going to start to see it rise back up temporarily once we get that radiation going through the clouds. I'll leave you with a quick view of what's going on outside in Redwood, and then we'll join Rise and Shine already in progress. And thanks for joining us here on Cable 12. Stay safe.